let's be honest. Have you ever had one of those days you just wake up and feel a little, I don't know, strange? Well, today's that day for me, and no better day than to review the Strange Raven 6-year. Strange Raven 6-year Kentucky Straight Bourbon. Well, you probably haven't heard of this one because it is just coming to market via pre-order. I got the sample late last year from Brian Ward, who's got a nice long resume in the spirits world, currently at K&L doing some acquisition consulting, worked for Cask 100 and other spirits groups as well. So now he's venturing out and bringing his own bottles to market, but he's doing it with a twist that I can get behind, and that is he's creating a barrel passport for every bottle. This is giving you a ton of information. If you're a bourbon nerd, you like those details, you like the transparency, Brian's got you hooked up right here. I mean, we're not only getting the barrel identity, we're talking lot number, cask numbers, proof, 100 proof, 6 years old. We know where it was bottled, when it was bottled, where it was distilled. The Mashbill, in this case, 60% corn, 36% rye, 4% malted barley, farm to bottle, less than a mile from where the grains were grown. We've got production, in this case, copper pot still distillation, 110 proof barrel entry, Char number 3 barrels, non-chill filtered. I like that, Brian. The tasting notes are in here. Talks about the seasons that it was aged, for how long, what the temperature ranges were. And also they're giving us something that you rarely see is the fact that they lost 20% evaporated over 6 years for the Angel share. That's cool information that you don't get. Talks about sustainability, talks about transparency as well. So this is made at Kentucky Artisan Distillery. Like I said, the grains come within 6 miles. So how does it taste? Well, before that, I had to get this bottle open right here. And if you've been watching me for a while, reading my articles, you know I hate wax on bottles, except for Maker's Mark and one or two others who make easy to open wax. Most wax a pain in the ass. This wax wasn't coming off, so I had to twist it open, which is probably the way it was supposed to be fair. The bottles that he is selling will have wax on them. Brian, if you're listening, please, for all that's holy, make that wax super easy to open up. No need to get our pocket knives out and lose a limb over a bottle of bourbon. So with that said, let's dive into the review because, well, it's made to be drunk. Well, the nose in this one, it's still opening up. It's been in the sample way too long, so my apologies to Brian. But the first thing you're going to get on that is that pot still kind of funky note that I get typically from that style, letting me know how it's been made. Under that, man, it is Red Hot City. Talk about the child's candy, right? That is a very distinct nose. Some will call it cinnamon. I'm going straight to Red Hots because, well, I associate aromas often with memories. So that's where I'm going right there. Underneath that, there's a nice little anise note as well. Once again, coming from some of the smaller distilleries in the grand world, that is something that I pick up a lot with my palate, and your mileage will vary. From there, we're going to get some vanilla notes as well, and just tons of spice going beyond the cinnamon. This is absolutely a rye-forward bourbon. Palate-wise, it's got a great mouthfeel, nice and creamy. Some vanilla cream in there, caramel, big, bold spices, baking spices, cinnamon, and you suck in a little bit of air as my test with the high-rye, getting some mintiness as well. So this one is going to curve a little bit into that mint note that you can get from a high-rye bourbon. So if you like that, this is going to be right up your alley. The finish, mostly front and mid palate. Not a lot really deep on the back. It's 100 proof, so no Kentucky burn for me. Your mileage will, of course, vary. Or it could valley, I don't know. On the 30 seconds or more. Still got some tingling of those spice notes, that cinnamon notes in there. Some vanilla sweetness lingering. Very gentle, not overpowering whatsoever. So where does this stack up to some other high bourbons? So if we think about the heritage brands and high-rye, I always think about Four Roses. This doesn't quite have that depth and complexity, that nuance that you're going to get out of Four Roses. So let me set that up right now. We just did a Four Roses single barrel pick. Nowhere near that in terms of complexity and depth and, quite frankly, interest. But as an everyday sipper, something that's not quite as unique as a Four Roses single barrel, this is pretty good. It's going to be available right now at strangeraven.ai. It's a pre-sale. And the good news is they're $65 a bottle. So as a brand new brand into the market for a 6-year age statement, we're not shooting for the moons. So I appreciate that. Would I like it a little bit cheaper? compared to other things that I get in that price range? Sure. I mean, this would be a huge bargain at 45, but 65 is not overkill based on something new and the level of transparency and detail that he's putting out there. So if you're a fan of high rye, more on the craft side of high rye, so you're going to get some interesting notes from that pot still distillation, and you like that little bit of that red hot minty combination, this is going to be right up your alley, and I can highly recommend it. Compared to a lot of other, um, you know, non-distiller producer brands that have been launched in the last 6 months, this is likely one of the best that I've had so far. So head on over to strangeraven.ai, check out what Brian's got going on. He's got a great brand story around it. He's putting a really clever thing on it. Every bottle's going to have this little raven medallion. You can read about that on their website, but he's transparent. And well, that means a lot to me. And I can't wait to see what comes next and how he continues this. Hopefully the market will appreciate what he's doing, especially in these challenging times as everyone kind of course corrects as well. If you get a hold of a bottle, definitely come back to a review, drop us a comment, let us know what you personally think. So it's just not a survey of one with my opinion. But as always, this is what it's about. This is about drinking curious. So get out there, get yourself a bottle if you've got the budget to make that happen, and let us know what you think. Until then, folks, remember, if you're going to keep drinking, well, drink curious.